primary target with writing equations of lines. I filled in the formulas up there, the forms, and I actually added the slope formula off to the right in blue. So we do need to start with that one here because you only have 2 points, so you're going to have to find the slope. So the slope is equal to y2, 10, minus y1, which would be 7, this 7 right there. And then when we do the bottom, x2, 7, minus a negative 2, which would be plus 2. So this is coming out to 3 over 9, which we know reduces to 1/3. Okay, so we're going to practice all forms here. I guess I'm going to have to write a little bit smaller if I'm going to do this. But I'll start way up here with point slope form. So y minus y1. You can pick either point to do this. I'll just start with the first one. So y minus 7 is equal to slope, which is 1/3, times x minus a negative 2, or plus 2. So in green there, just so you're aware, that is point slope form. To get to slope-intercept form, I am going to distribute. Y minus 7 equals 1/3 x, and then plus 2/3. Okay, so look in here, we're not in slope-intercept form yet. I have to add 7. So I'm going to add 7 to this side, but I'm going to do it as 21/3 because that really says 7, but now it has a common denominator. So y is equal to 1/3 x plus 23/3. And now I'm going to stop there because that's slope-intercept form. But I'll switch colors. We'll go blue, back to blue. We want to go to standard form. Well, my first step in standard form, and I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to speak it out here, is I'm going to multiply everything by 3. So that's going to be 3y equals x plus 23. And that got rid of the fractions because a and b and c cannot be fractions in standard form. Then I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I'm going to have negative x plus 3y equals 23. And unfortunately in standard form we can't have a negative as the leading coefficient a here. So I'm just going to multiply everything by negative 1. So I have x minus 3y equals a negative 23. And that would be standard form there. Okay, the next one is actually a little bit better because it has the slope done for us. So I'll start in red here and I'll just say, okay, let's go through that. So y minus a negative 1, so y plus 1, equals our slope of 5, and then x minus 6. So we got point slope form pretty easily right there. Okay, moving now into slope-intercept form. Y plus 1 equals, just distributing the 5 through, 5x minus 30. We're not going to have the ugly fractions here to deal with, so we should be good. Subtract 1 from both sides. 5x minus 31 is slope-intercept form. So now to move into standard form, we're going to, oops, switch that to blue. We're going to subtract 5x from both sides. So we'll have negative 5x plus y equals negative 31. And if you multiply everything by negative 1, we would now have, again, 5x minus 1 equals positive 31, and that would be standard form. So I could ask you for any of those, getting you comfy with the different forms. All right, up at the top here now is the next one is write the equation of a line that is parallel to this line and contains this point. So we've been showing this graphically in class, but I'm not going to show necessarily a graph on this skills practice right now. I just want you to know that our line, our new line, must go through that point. So we're going to have point slope form of y minus 3 equals sorry, a little delay there. Y minus 3 equals our slope. Well, what would our slope be? Because it's supposed to be parallel to this one. Well, the slope of that line is 2. So if I'm parallel to that, we're going to have the same slope. So y minus 3 equals 2 times, and then it would be x minus 2. Okay, so that's point slope form. And they asked for an equation. That's all they said. So technically that would be right, but I'll practice going into slope-intercept form because a lot of times that's where we'll want to be. So y minus 3 equals 2x minus 4. And then if you add 3 to both sides, y would equal 2x, adding 3 to both sides, minus 1. And that would be slope-intercept form. Okay, one more to finish off this video before I make more. Write the equation of a line that is perpendicular. Well, I cannot tell my slope right off the bat from that. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to make this into slope-intercept form. So negative 6y minus 2x plus 7. And then we have what? Divide by negative 6. So y equals actually a positive 1/3 x minus 7/6. So that's slope-intercept form, but all we really care about is this slope. Because like we've been talking about in class, the visual is we want to go perpendicular to that line. Well, that is a slope of 1/3, so we're going to go over here and we're going to use a slope of negative 3. Okay, so sorry about the bell there. All right, so now we're going to go y minus, oh wait, we don't have a point. We got to think about the x-intercept of 3. Well, hopefully you're thinking that that would be 3, 0. So this is actually going to be y minus 0 equals, and then we're going to have the slope, which is negative 3, opposite reciprocal, and then we're going to have x minus 3. All right, so now that's point slope form, but it's very easy, just distribute, and we'll get negative 3x plus 9. Slope-intercept form, done and done. Okay, the next learning targets are a little bit different than these, so I'm going to stop this video and pick up on the next part.